with more MasterMind redesigns, aka I was bummed that only 3 out of the 6 sins at the trial got outfits that hinted more to their circus acts. So I'm redesigning everyone to look more like the circus acts they represent, since Viv herself said she based each sin on a circus act. The ones we 100% know the acts of are Lucifer the ringleader, Keshabi the animal tamer, Mammon the jester, and Ozzy the fire dancer. Leviathan and Sloth haven't been officially named yet, but Satan is pretty clearly the strongman act, not that his design really conveys that, other than the small hints of the app and weight pendant on his outfit. But yeah, with that information in mind, and finally seeing the rest of the sins designs, yeah, none of them really look or have the underlying base of their acts in their designs, other than Lucifer and Mammon at first glance. Like, even Lucifer's more dressed up version of his outfit looks like a ringleader's outfit, and Mammon having a jester hat is a pretty telltale sign for anyone. But everyone else, yeah, it could be better. And boy, does that heavily apply to Leviathan. Don't get me wrong, the color style is fine, it's just everything else. Like, while the other 3 sins have outfits that hint to their acts more, and the other 3 don't for some reason, Leviathan's outfit to me is the weakest, which is saying something when Sloth is just naked. But this cropped, long neck, boob window top, and pencil skirt with pearls does nothing for the character, nor does it convey anything important, or an act for that matter, which is so weird to see considering the fact that Envy's app is the comedy and tragedy masks. Like, why not make her more theater based, or give her a stage show liked act, or something to indicate she's more than just 2 heads. I'm also massively disappointed in the lack of diversity for this character, and I don't mean her body type. I'm talking about her demonic features. Like, she has legs, for crying out loud. Like, this design is just not giving Leviathan, for one thing, royalty for another, or circus/freak show for that matter. Like, yes, she has 2 heads, but where in hell where there's 4-eyed birdmen, a bug fox, and these background characters running around feels almost too normal for the character? And it's just really weird, and I really hate that there's nothing to indicate what her act even is. Like, that's my whole hang up with this right now. And yes, I know that she and the others are the 7 deadly sins, so that should also show in their designs as well, as Viv has also made a point that she tries to stick to some aspects of the lore, so that's perfectly fine. But when you made the theme and underlying base circus, then yeah, everyone should get the same treatment in their designs, not just Lucifer and Mammon. And I'm not saying the sins need to be in full costume or be as obvious as possible, because their personalities and backgrounds should also be included, but since Viv said based on, I can't help but side-eye the designs. And what I mean on based on, in summary, is based on implies a direct derivation and adherence to the original source, while inspired by suggests a more loose creative influence without strict adherence to the original. But unless she really does mean that they are based on circus acts, then I'm really sorry, because they clearly do not. So again, it's like, if you based these characters on circus acts, why do they not look like they are based on the circus acts that you chose? And poor Leviathan takes the whole cake. So many people are so confused on what her act is supposed to be based on, to the point it's not even funny. Plus, there's still people who didn't even know there was a theme for the sins to begin with. And the funny thing is, we still don't know what her official act is, since nothing's been posted about her, but a lot of people assume her act is freak show, which I should say isn't exactly an act. It's just a show where people who were born different or had unique medical conditions were put on display. However, though, they did perform, so I can kind of get behind the idea of Leviathan being a part of a freak show circus kind of thing, but she should still have an act. So yeah, let's get to drawing Leviathan and giving her an act, along with a bit of redesigning, because it's me and I can't help myself. Okay, I won't lie, this was the hardest design to come up with ideas for, mainly because I was trying to stay within the themes Viv set up for Leviathan, aka the checkerboard style half and half color, the color in general, and her connection to the comedy and tragedy mask, because it has to hold some connection, right? Like, all the apps have something in common with the 7 sins, so the app's design should for Leviathan, you know? and her whole freak show theme. So yeah, that's a lot to kind of figure out what to do with and mix together well enough. And while I'm not 100% happy with the final, I think it works for the context of the show. So for the redesign, I reworked her, entire body. I know the two heads being different are to be more on the nose of the subject of envy and an easier way to tell who's who, but I kind of wanted to keep their original concept of them being identical twins instead. Plus, with the Jester twins being, twins, it got me thinking that the Envy Ring citizens' designs would be too inspired. Like, some are born twins, some conjoined, some having double body parts. Make them more unique to the rest of Hell's citizens instead of just Earth-styled fish people. Plus it would give them a reason to somewhat look like their prince. So there's that. But yeah, I kept them identical, though I did rework both their faces. I technically fused them together. Like, I made her more human face, the masks on her face. Also, they're not actually masks. She can see out of them and even talk out of them as well. But I did use her more eel face as the main head, head and mouth. The overall main point was to make her face feel like an optical illusion, since I've now given her the act of a magician. Plus, I really just wanted her face to be like half beautiful, half really creepy. And I think I kind of nailed it. Anyway, I kept her original monster's neck and body type the same, but added stitches to her neck and arms and hands and tentacles. And yes, the stitches on her outfit are real, as a lot of the animals shown in freak shows or curiosity houses were just animals sewn to other animals, and I figured since Leviathan is technically the first creature made by God, that her being stitched together and her body not really matching all that much makes it seem like God was just testing stuff out. And her bottom half is also kind of a mix from my last reimagined Leviathan video, but this time she walks on her tippy toes, or tippy tentacles, and does kind of like a crab walk since her fins are on the back and make it hard to move out of the water. As for the skin coloring, I decided to use the white, light purple skin as a secondary accent color, so I made the lighter skin side more lavender based. Also, yes, their skin is no longer just half and half, but now checkerboard, in a sense. As I was a little bored with the straight line going on. I mean, I love it on Eve from No Straight Roads, but she's got one head, so it looks cooler. So, yeah, that's kind of why I did the checkerboard style. Also, her eyelashes. I was so surprised Leviathan didn't get the crazy eyelash treatment the team likes to do for their girl characters. Like, I know they've been pulling back a bit recently, but with Stella, Keshabi, and Sloth's eyelashes being so crazy, I thought Leviathan would get the same treatment. So, yeah, I gave her big old fin lashes with extra spines from the eye holes. I also made the shape pretty unique too, since her face is more mask based now. I figured it would be okay. Plus, her face being harder to read is just even better for her, because the masks and her bottom mouth are stuck in the smile and frowning positions. So now when talking to Leviathan, you cannot get a full read on how she's actually feeling. Also, yes, the masks are opposite to the actual mouth. So sad mask, happy smile. Happy mask, frowny face. I'm talking too much. Anyway, as for her hair, I did want to keep the Finn hairstyle going on, but every style that I drew for them just felt too much like the twins' hair. So I went with tentacles instead and did a side swoop kind of look. I mean, they still move and curl, but if Leviathan styles them, they will stay. They just have a tendency to move. And that's pretty much it for her body, other than the swirl pattern I put on her bottom half. I had planned to do that pattern everywhere, but it ended up being way too much, so I just kept it in this one spot. Her skin style at the end was meant to give off the vibes of a patchwork doll. However, now with the outfit on top of it, it completely goes out the window, and I did not think that through. Now, as for her outfit, top. So again, I went with magician for her act, and the outfit for a magician is pretty similar to a ringleader, which I'll be honest, most outfits in circuses are pretty similar to a ringmaster's, but a magician's outfit, like a ringmaster's outfit, is all in the smaller details. and color since most magician outfits are black. So yeah, I went with a simple tailcoat silhouette, and instead of regular sleeves with white cuffs, I made the ends of her sleeves 2-layer fins with the second layered color to match her bodice to give the illusion of an undershirt, which is why the first layer is not the same color as the jacket. We're doing like a vest jacket combo thing. The lapels on the jackets are sharper fish fins and also pop up to give a more royal styled collar. I also gave her a bow tie, which was a staple for old school magicians, but also because I found it funny only Lucifer has a bow tie out of all the 7 deadly sins. Like, I get why, but I also found it funny. So that's why I gave her one. I also gave her an eye pendant since envy's the type of sin that is always watching. If you want to know more about the sin of envy itself, I recommend watching my other Leviathan video. I go way more in depth with the whole lore of envy, along with the meaning of envy and the deeper connections behind it, which I did sprinkle into this design. So yeah. Anyway, the rest of the outfit is just the bodice pattern that I used from the OG and reworked the pattern a bit to fit the top and added a circle in the middle, mainly to give off like a clown vibe just for fun. And because the space was empty, I did also add chain buttons that honestly do nothing since this is her body. So let's just all assume she stuck pin-like buttons into her body for the look. And her hat. So the hat was a freaking nightmare to come up with, cause I mean, what's a magician without his top hat, right? But since I drew their heads so close together, it made it hard to put one on them. And the shape of a regular top hat just looked crazy and did not fit the design. So I kind of just made my own hat by making the brim asymmetrical and pointed down, and made the top part of the hat crooked and wonky, though I was able to add some fins to the brim and an eye brooch with a ribbon around the brim, so that made me happy and gave off the whole magical vibe. I know most magicians don't really decorate their hats, but not Leviathan. Oh, and the extra bit that I added to the hat is a veil-like thing. And I'm not really sure why I was so determined to add it, but I loved the illusion of it looking like hair. Plus, like, think how cool it would look when she's in the water. Like, a lot of the design elements that I did for Leviathan were more, how would she look underwater and not how would she look out of water? So I'm kind of starting to see why my design looks so funny to me. It's because she's not in the water. Anyway, for color, I pretty much used the original colors, but moved them around a bit, and made the white purple color an opposite highlight color to the neon green, and made everything checkerboard style, aka none of the colors match each other except their masks, mainly because the neon green mask was hella ugly. So yeah, oh, also, I forgot, she does have a full set of arms on both of her torsos. The second set are just stuck holding each other, as you can see by their gloved hands holding their waist. And that's about it for this design. And yes, I know it's way more busy than the others, but since Leviathan says nothing and hardly moves, I figured it was okay to go a bit over the top. But again, I will say I can't tell if I'm like 100% satisfied. Like, I'm happy I was able to mix all the themes together, but similar to Velvet, there might be too many ideas going on. I think for myself personally, I'd remove the 2 head idea. Like, I get why there's 2 heads, but there's other ways to do dual personalities or that theme in general. I mean they could have done something similar like the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, something still 2 faces but not 2 heads, you know? But yeah, that's just one of the themes that I'd remove or, well, lessen, because while I like what I did, I do think I could do better if there was less ideas for her, you know? But anyway, this was a fun challenge. I was really struggling since I've drawn Leviathan like twice now and felt worried I didn't have anything in the tank for this design. Like, I was really scared that I was going to make the design look too much like my reimagined versions, to the point I had to look at my reimagined designs and be like, did I accidentally add that to this design? Which I'm happy to say I did not. But at the same time, I'm like, if I wasn't 100% sticking to Spindlehorse's idea of Leviathan, could I have done something better? You know, I feel I could have done something better. But anyway, next video will be the Saja boys. Maybe. To be honest, the boys themselves are fine. It's just their soda pop outfits. Or, well, it's the colors, really, that bug the crap out of me. Because, like, this full pink look shows it's not the outfits themselves that's the problem. It's all the other colors. Like, I don't know what Genu was thinking when he did... Like, Genu, really? Why? But yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna explain much other than color and outfit stylings. So it might just be me ranting about the movie in general and adding a few points about the designs, but yeah, it's gonna be a weird one if I even really do it. So that's where the maybe kicks in, because I'm still not sure. Oh, and don't worry about the world building video. It's coming. I'm just slow and keep getting distracted. Summer is in full gear here, and we're all trying to have some fun until the world burns even more. But anyway, we have a possible new member to scream at since I don't recognize the name. But welcome to the madness, Queen of Smiles. Also, thank you, Rose, 4'10", and Burnout Bastard for the super thanks on my Aussie redesign video. Y'all should watch that, by the way. I hear it's really good. On to the wall of teeth you go. Also, thank you to the other members. You have my whole heart. I have some really fun stuff just for y'all this week, aka hotel redemption stuff, so look forward to that. Also, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here. And if possible, hit that join button or super to join the Board of Teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!